Due to the newfound shortage of ships coming into the United States bringing goods from foreign countries, we have seen mass layoffs in the trucking industry. And those who remain have reported that they are getting less work than before because there's not as many things to ship around the country. And then this week, the Trump administration came along and said, you know what? Let's make this trucker shortage even worse by being exceptionally racist. Donald Trump had signed an executive order way back in April. In fact, it was on April 28th. And that executive order essentially directed the U.S. Department of Transportation under Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy to get rid of truck drivers across the country who don't speak English good enough. Not people who don't speak English at all, but if they're not, quote, proficient in English to our satisfaction, then they can't drive on our roads anymore. Even though they passed their trucker exam, they have the class of driver's license that they need. So obviously they were able to take the exam. They were able to pass it. They have been driving on these roads for years with no incidents. But Sean Duffy announced this week that we're going to start performing, quote, roadside proficiency tests. And if they don't pass, they're off the road. He said, we are issuing guidance that ensures a driver who cannot understand English will not drive a vehicle in this country, period, full stop. So we're going to make the trucker shortage even worse because we just want to be super racist against these people who, again, have passed the exam. They were able to obtain the type of license needed. They went through the training. They are qualified. But you know what? They may not know English so well. They know it well enough to be able to travel on our roads. Okay, that's not an issue. They can read speed limit signs, stop signs. They know what traffic lights mean. They know what the roadside signs mean because, again, that's all in the exam. They know these things. They can read the exits, where they're going. They know who has the right of way in a particular situation. So this isn't about safety. I don't want anybody out there saying, but Farrod, if they can't read. No, they can because they passed the exam. We know that. They know what they need to know to be able to drive on our roads. And for the record, the trucking industry loves this. They love it. They think this is great. Hell yeah. Okay, well, let's see. The farmers across America also loved it when Trump came into office, and now they're the ones crying the hardest about how much he screwed them over. So let's see if we end up with another situation like that, because I'll bet everything that we will. Because let me put it this way. Proficient in English is a subjective phrase. There may be some people out there who think that I'm not proficient enough in English because I mispronounce words. Uh-oh. Well, luckily, I'm not driving a truck, so I don't have to worry. But let me put it this way. I've actually, throughout my life, known quite a few truck drivers. Most of them, you can carry on a conversation, no problem. But some of them down here in the deep South, which is where I live, born and raised in the United States, of course, they've never stepped foot out of the country. Nobody in their family has stepped foot out of the country for, 8 generations. You can't understand a word that those people are saying. These big white Southern guys, born and raised in the backwoods, driving a truck, God love them. They're doing work, things that we need, but I wouldn't call some of them proficient in English, even though that's the only language they've ever spoken. So it's a subjective term that, trust me, is not going to play out well. But I don't think the white people actually have anything to worry about because this policy is rooted in racism. It is estimated that only about 3.8% of truck drivers in this country are not proficient enough in English to sit and hold a casual conversation. 3.8%. Most truck drivers here in the United States are white men. And this administration wants to make sure only white men have jobs. We don't want anybody with a different shade of white driving these trucks. If you're a little bit tan, then we're going to pull you over and make you read, War and Peace out loud so that we can make sure you're proficient in English. This is racism, and this is what we've come to expect from this administration. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.